Hunter Call of the Wild is 5 years old, and throughout those 5 years I've been playing it on and off, and with numerous content updates throughout those years it's still going strong and running unopposed in the hunting game space. But is it still good? Absolutely, dear viewer. You're a hunter or huntee, and that's it really. The game does have story missions you can play through and they offer decent XP and cash, but if you want to, you can totally ignore them and just play the game as a hunting sandbox. The game has quite a few mechanics, all of which work really well, but the basics are you find an animal's tracks and follow them until you come across that animal and end it. You can also look at animal poo. Depending on if it's fresh out the station or not, this tells you how close the animal is. When shooting animals, the game encourages you to aim for vital organs like the heart or lungs. This gives the animal a quick death and also keeps trophy organs intact, giving you more XP and cash for the trouble. Don't tell me what to do, game. Maybe I want to give this deer a slow and painful death so I can see the fear in its eyes as the life slowly leaves them and they realise that there's nothing beyond this torturous life we have all led. Joking aside though, it's a nice change from every other shooter where you just go for the headshot. Having to actually place the shot and getting yourself into the right spot, or waiting for the animal to get there instead, is much more engaging than 360 no-scoping a bear like you do in Far Cry, as hilarious as that is. There's even more to it than that though. You have to be quiet as you may startle Bambi. You also have your own manly or womanly scent that travels with the wind, indicated by the compass. So that better not be going in Bambi's direction or else she will sniff you out. The stealth mechanics are quite cool. If you go through thick bush and the like, you make more noise, so you have to reduce your speed or go prone. It makes tracking more interesting because you have to actually watch where you're moving and not just push the stick forward and never let go. Bigger animals like buffalo need bigger firepower to take down, and to unlock these you need to get weapon XP to unlock bigger calibers to purchase. This can take a while to level up, especially if you use all the game's weapon types rather than focusing on one. My recommendation would be start off by focusing on the rifle, since shotguns and pistols require you to get quite close to animals, which can be difficult. You can purchase scent maskers and animal callers to help you out, but don't expect the callers to just spawn a bunch of animals in front of you. Just look out for their calls and try to lure them to you. I know all the mechanics can sound intimidating, but honestly don't worry, it's pretty simple, but the game does require patience. Sometimes it does test it a bit too much. It can feel sometimes like most of the time you're crawling through bushes looking at poo, but once you finally track the animal down and make some new bear orphans, it's so satisfying. When you go to buy this game on the Steam page, you will see a metric ton of DLC, and it can be quite scary, but don't worry. One, you don't really need it. There is more than enough content in the base game. Both the maps are huge and there's plenty of stuff to unlock. And something smart this game does, if someone is hosting a multiplayer session on one of the DLC maps, you can join in and play without owning it. Decently get to try before you buy. And the game goes on sale regularly and has bundles. One weird one though is the quad bikes are free with the console versions but not PC. Now I would argue they are quite necessary if you want to explore the maps and unlock all the fast travel points. You can walk it and hunt along the way, but it will take ages. Bit of a weird choice. It looks amazing though. The amount of foliage on screen whilst having a consistent frame rate on the consoles is amazing. And on PC, which I mostly play on, if you have the juice to turn the graphics up all the way, it's outright breathtaking. The human character models look a bit guff, but that's only noticeable when you're playing with others, and sometimes the animals bug out and ice skate along the ground, but that's very rare, otherwise they animate amazingly. I encourage people to try this game out because it's such a unique experience. If you're morally against hunting, then stop being such a puss. Sorry, I mean, it's not going to change your mind on the subject, but the game does make some solid points about these animals needing to be cooled or else they will overpopulate, destroy their habitat and drive their own species to extinction. Surely I'm not the only one who thinks we humans are doing exactly that.